Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Raw Deal. Today's episode, Legacy. And the spin on this mind shift is going to be leaving your mark and being a life leader. I'm going to talk about those two things. But before we do that, hi, my name is Rollins. I'm the CEO and founder of Raw Fitness Club, also known as Raw Academy, where we pride ourselves on developing leaders, transforming lives, and building communities. We groom entrepreneurs, and we develop and support and launch businesses. And in today's Raw Deal, the mind shift is, where are you at and what are you leaving your people? So let's talk about what legacy is. Legacy can be defined as leaving property or leaving some type of financial arrangement to your successors, to your kin. It could also be viewed as work ethics, values, morals that you are imprinting on your students, your kin again, your successors, your staff, etc., etc. That's the way that we leave a mark. Now, oftentimes in legacy, we understand the end game. The end game in leaving a legacy is having this life work that you've culminated over years and years and days and hours and seconds upon seconds, and creating this thing that you're handing over to the next generation, the next phase, etc. In order to create that, you got to be mindful of what you're doing and how you're leaving your mark. Having the concept and the vision of being a life leader. So let's talk about leaving your mark. So in leaving a mark, it's everyday action. It's every day. Everyday action when you leave your mark can be somebody that you're standing in line with and engaging with that person. What kind of mark, what kind of impression did you leave on their heart, in their mind? What kind of interaction did you have? How did you leave somebody in a text message where you're pissed off? Or starting a day in a text message? Or you're taking off on a plane? You know, I always have, I get as mad as I can be with certain people in my life. The way that we leave a text message before we get on a plane is something that's positive, right? Because you never know. Life happens, right? So what mark did you leave? What message did you leave? Do you live your life with regrets? I made it a vow, ladies and gentlemen, to live my life with no regrets. And that's why, if you know who I am, I'm a bit out there, right? I'm not saying that I want to be disrespectful. I'm saying that I am totally embracing the quirkiness, craziness, and the passion and emotion that I have. And that's how I know that the people I'm leaving my legacy with is going to be taken care of, because these people support and accept me. Interesting. Leave your mark. Now, when we think about being a life leader, what does that mean? That means making and taking the choices and also the paths, the hard roads that you may have to take. Otherwise, if you don't, what are you leaving your kids? What are you leaving your family? What are you leaving your team? You leaving them crap because you didn't do what you need to do for you? That you were too busy appeasing everybody else? You were too busy making you not important. You were too busy not putting the priorities in order. You were too busy making commitments you couldn't follow through. What kind of mark are you leaving? Are you being a life leader? Are you taking your responsibilities, your priorities in your hands? Are you taking that, and are you saying, I will not be irresponsible with these actions, decisions, and choices? Ladies and gentlemen, sometimes you have to make the hard choices, and it's going to hurt people's feelings. It will. But if you are true to yourself, they will see. And if they truly understand you authentically and genuinely, then they'll forgive you, as long as your intent is there. I grew up with, I remember my English honors teacher, before every test, every quiz, we had to write this statement by Ralph Waldo Emerson. Nothing is at last sacred as the integrity of one's mind. And what you can evaluate or what you can interpret from that statement, that quote, is the fragility of your mind, or the resilience of the mind will impact your actions, emotions, decisions. Here, ladies and gentlemen, in the Raw Deal, I want you to think about who you are, what you do, and why you do. And if you don't like who you are, if you don't like what you've done, if you don't like what you're doing, guess what? You got to change. You got to change the way you're leaving your mark. Otherwise, the legacy you leave will be for naught. Be a life leader. A life leader is going to have they're going to go after the goals and their dreams and not be embarrassed of them. Yeah, you want to play and party, but those hours that you spent not being productive, or those hours that you spent appeasing a relationship that wasn't healthy for you, is lost time that you don't get back. And then what do you have to show for in that legacy of yours? Not much, right? So what is it that you are going to decide that's important for you? When are you going to decide to say that it is important for me to get my freaking act together because my kids don't deserve this? When are you going to get off your ass and say, I don't like how I'm living anymore. I'm going to make a change in it. For those of you that are connected and that hide under the rug. Now, this rug can be many things. I'm going to touch on some sensitive subjects right here. Addiction to sugar, to drugs, to alcohol, to gambling, whatever it is. Are you really leaving your mark that way? Are you giving your power to something else that's not returning that investment back on you? Ladies and gentlemen, I spoke about time in another episode. Time standing for things I mean to experience or execute. Are you really investing in that experience? Are you really executing the things that you need to do? Because like I said in this other episode, time is not managed. Actions, decisions are managed. So what legacy you leave is going to be paramount in how you live your life. But how you live your life is how you think about yourself. Be a life leader, ladies and gentlemen. Live your life, lead your life to the direction that you want to be seen as, to be known as, and to be remembered as. As simple as that. I love this. Does an open mind let more in? That's really subjective there. I want to know what you think. Let me know what your legacy is, and let me know how you think that your legacy is on track. Now, if you need help redefining your legacy, please reach out to us. That's what we do for the team here at Raw Fitness Club. We know that life is hard. Listen, I am not perfect. I'm sharing what I'm hearing, seeing, feeling, and what I'm experiencing myself. And so we come together to start living the life we deserve. Let's be life leaders together. If you feel this message can really impact or open up someone's mind, heart, and soul, please share it with them. If you haven't subscribed here, please do. Please let me know what's going to inspire or what message you need to hear on Mondays. Well, ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much for listening to this mind shift, otherwise known as the Raw Deal. Remember, when you have your mind set on something, evaluate if it's helping or if it's hurting. Otherwise, you don't know what kind of mark you leave. And if the mark that you intend to leave is not the one that you're leaving, be a life leader. Until next time, ladies and gentlemen, please follow us here on YouTube. Look at our Facebook Live page. Follow all of us on our Facebook personal pages. Until the next time, leave your mark.